Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani is a leading candidate to become Donald Trump's Secretary of State. The man known after 9/11 as America's mayor is making no secret of his interest in being America's emissary to the world.
The choice for Secretary of State in the Trump administration is down to Rudolph Giuliani and John Bolton.
John would be a very good choice.
Is there anybody better?
Maybe me, I don't know.
He's long touted his experience managing a city that became the literal ground zero in the global war on terror.
This way, please. This way, this way.
He's made multiple trips to Israel, building rapport with its leaders. In the private sector, he and his consulting firm, Giuliani Partners, worked on behalf of foreign groups and governments, some of them with controversial records and complex relationships with the U.S. State Department. But perhaps his biggest qualification is that he'd be a mirror of sorts of the person he'd serve as America's chief diplomat, President-elect Trump. Both men made their way in the rough-and-tumble political and business world of New York City.
She should get an award as the founder of ISIS.
Both appreciate blunt talk.
First of all, she lied.
And tend to treat public debate as a blood sport. But it goes beyond that. Based on his past statements and activities, here are the ways Giuliani might be a reflection of the next president out on the world stage. He'd be a softener of Trump's hardline campaign rhetoric, a translator of Trump's views, an improviser, someone who might opt for bold public statements at the expense of explaining policy and addressing topics on which he is less of an expert, and at times, a hatchet man for Trump when he needs to be. Giuliani, the softener, is on display on the issue of NATO. During his campaign, Trump put U.S. allies on notice, suggesting that he'd consider abandoning America's defense commitments to the alliance unless members pay more of their fair share.
And if not, the U.S. must be prepared to let these countries defend themselves.
Giuliani backs Trump's core message, but also smooths its edges.
We're not going to pull out of NATO.
What are Donald Trump's true intentions on critical foreign policy matters? He's not shy about his feelings. Take the multinational nuclear deal with Iran.
Never, ever have I seen any transaction so incompetently negotiated.
Without directly contradicting the president-elect, Giuliani translates that the deal won't be undone on day one.
Maybe you put that off a little bit and you get rid of ISIS first.
U.S. allies in the Pacific are concerned about China and its apparent efforts to take control of disputed areas of the South China Sea. Like President-elect Trump, who likes to shoot from the hip, Giuliani can come across as an improviser. In a recent appearance, he appears to be making the case that if Trump increases military spending, China will pose less of a threat militarily.
Now, if we take our Navy up here, they're not going to be able to catch us.
His assumption appears to be that China would cower in a game of brinksmanship. That's more of a hope than a plan. Trump argued throughout the campaign that he opposed the Iraq War.
I was against the war in Iraq.
Giuliani, on the other hand, enthusiastically supported it. It's an inconvenient truth that Giuliani is now trying to turn to his advantage by focusing not on President George Bush's decision to go in, but instead attacking the way Obama got out.
The way we exited Iraq was the worst decision made in American history. We weren't there when ISIS began to develop.
Would Giuliani be a good diplomat? Difficult to predict, but he excels at some of the things his would-be boss does, and look how far that got Donald Trump.